Hello everyone. Today we're going to be going over 8.17 isCollinearLine from practiceit. So let's start by reading the problem first. Add the following method to your line class: public boolean isCollinearLine parentheses point p. Even before we start, I'm gonna just copy and paste this into the thing. And just type it in. Right, so let's continue. Returns true if the given point is collinear with the points of this line. That is, if when this line is stretched infinitely, it would eventually hit the given point. Points are collinear if a straight line can be drawn that connects them. Two basic examples are 3 points that have the same x or y coordinates. A more general case can be determined by calculating the slope of the line between each pair of points and checking whether this slope is the same for all pair of points, using the formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 to determine the slope between 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2. Note that this formula fails for points with identical x coordinates, so this will have to be a special case in our code. Since Java's double type is imprecise, round all slope values to 4 digits past the decimal point before you compare them. You don't need to write the class header or declare the fields, and this is just saying that we just write a method. So we already wrote our method from before by copying this part here, and then we're going to go into the problem. So basically, it already gave us the formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 to find the slope. So as long as we just find this and then return it and whatnot, then we'll get the answer. So first, we're actually gonna create the this part. We're gonna create a if statement to make sure that this part is whether true or false, and then make sure that this part gets taken care of before we go into our formula. So we're going to be doing this by using our if statement. This should be boolean. So we're going to be using if p1.get x. And the reason we do that is p1 is basically going to be our point, and this is the same idea as x1 over here, right? So it's just basically saying that the x value of p1 or the x value of the first point, we're getting that value. So p1.get of x, if it is equal to p2.get x. So this again is the same idea. p2, point 2, so the x point of the second point. So it's just comparing x1 over here and x2 over here. So if this happens to be true, we're just going to return p.get x is equal to p1.get x. And the reason we do that again is we're just returning that the x value is just equal to the first point, and this doesn't matter whether it's p1 or p2 because these two are equal, right? So this gets rid of the certain case that we have if there is an identical x coordinate. So let's get into our second part where we use this formula, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, right? So we're going to be doing this by creating two values, two doubles in fact, because it's decimal points. So I'm going to write double m1 is equal to p.get y minus p1.get y. So let me write parentheses here first. So what this is going to do is same idea as we did over here. The y point minus the y first y point kind of. So it's going to be this aspect here. So y2 is going to be .get y, and then y1 is going to be p1.get y, right? So we have our little first part here. We're just going to divide this by the x values. So it's going to be the same idea where we do p.get of x minus p1.get of x. Alright, let's just close these parentheses, make sure it's all done. And then again, this is basically the formula up here. y2 minus y1 is p.get y minus p1.get y, and then x2 minus x1 is p.get x minus p1.get x. Right? And then where is it? Over here, it told us to do it's imprecise. So we're gonna round all slope values to 4 digits. I'm just gonna do this by just putting something called double. And that's just gonna get rid of that whole worry for us over there. Right, now we're gonna do the same thing, except now we're gonna do it for our second points. So honestly, you can just copy and paste this, and then just change this to M2. And change all of our P1s to P2s. Alright, this is gonna be the same idea as this part here, except instead of the first points, we're gonna be comparing the second points. Right now, we can just return M1 is equal to M2. And then that should be it. So let's go ahead and submit this. Yep, and then as you can see, it passes all the test cases. Yep, so thank you for watching.